Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely day so far. Once again, I've been working away on a themed island on the spare Switch. I've just finished it, and once again, I'm slightly behind my intended deadline. Since I love the aesthetics of fall, I wanted to create a cozy autumnal town with cute little brick roads and fallen leaves, stuff like that. Something really lovely and cozy. Ideally, I would have liked to be touring it during fall, whereas we're well into December now, but that's okay. I've finished it, I'm happy with it, and I'm excited to share with you all today. As I've said in previous videos, all of my Animal Crossing islands are named after towns in Pokemon, and my Twitch community helped me decide on the name Hearthome for this one. And you can see for the villagers we have Adina, Deirdre, Bo, Bee, Molly, Pecan, Blair, Bones, Fauna, and Olive. And one more quick thing before we start the tour. As with the last island, I don't have a Nintendo Online for the second Switch, so I have had to make all of my own custom codes for this island. So we're going to kick off our tour at the airport. You can see as you come off of the airport onto the island, you can see we've got our shops here. We've got Nook's Cranny, and next to it, of course, Able Sisters, with some little shop paraphernalia outside as well. I'll just show you quickly. Up here is where the plaza is. We'll be looping back across our path a few times, I would imagine, on this tour, but this is where the plaza is. The plaza is quite central to this part of the town. So coming back down here, we go into our first of the sort of larger builds. This is a sort of harvest festival fair kind of area. I did want to go a little bit more built up and sort of suburban vibes rather than anything too rural, but I felt like a festival was a good sort of autumnal fit. I've never actually been to one, but my watch-throughs of Parks and Rec tell me that they're a good time, so I wanted to include one on my island. So you can see we've of course got our classic fairground rides, prize booth, place to get toys. This is supposed to be apple bobbing, even though I know it's technically not an apple bobbing station. It's a bathtub with yuzu, but I'm not the first person to use that as an apple bobbing station. I won't be the last. And yeah, that's our little harvest festival Valley Fair. It doesn't have an official name, but there it is. We won't head across this bridge just yet, but that sort of leads the way to most of the neighborhood. Instead, we're going to come up and see this little park. I do have quite a few little parks scattered here and there, mostly because it felt like a good way to fill the space in a nice, natural way. Natural, but still in keeping with, like I said, I didn't want it to be too rural. So a park felt like a good fit for that. And in this park, we also have this little coffee cart stand. Let me move the camera so that there we go. The illusion is intact if I'm at this camera angle. So don't look at it, except for now. So looping around, you can see we have a road sort of going all the way around the outside of the plaza, but we'll just sort of continue down this way a little bit. We'll sort of snake back behind the Nook's Cranny shop. So here's the first of our villager houses. Now, all of my villager houses have been redecorated. I'll include little clips of them so that you can see all the interiors. I did try not to spend too long on them just because I was on kind of a time crunch with this island. So a few of them are quite similar to the original decor. I just tried to make them a little cuter and more autumnal. So first up is Dina's house. I am surprised that Dina is awake because it's like 6 a.m. on the Switch. But you do you, girl. This is Dina's house. Dina has the education hobby, so she has kind of a book swap area. So villagers can come if they're in town to do some shopping or something, or go to the market. They can come and trade in books that they've read, pick up new ones or something. I've never actually seen like a big book swap in real life, but I think it would be a cute idea in theory. And Dina has the education hobby, so this felt like a good fit. When I was doing both the villager yards and the house interiors, I was really trying to pay attention to the villagers' color interests and their hobbies and their personalities and stuff with the decorating. So yeah, hopefully you can kind of see that come through a little bit with this island. Next up, we've got two more houses. Here is Fauna, who also is awake. All of these villagers are such early risers. I mean, good for them. They get to see the beautiful early morning sky, but it couldn't be me. So here's what the inside of Fauna's house looks like. She has the normal personality type and the nature hobby. And then this is what I've done outside, just a little bit of seating and some trees, just something nice and simple. And by the way, I have not really decorated the beaches on this island. I couldn't really think of anything autumnal to do on the beaches other than just a very basic like shells and palm trees. I didn't even really do that in the end. I just put like a couple of sand castles down pretty much. So if it seems like I'm skipping over the beaches, that's why. It's because there's not really anything on them. So across from Fauna's house, we have Pecan's house. Pecan is a snooty squirrel with the fashion hobby. She's a very cute little autumnal squirrel, and she's just got a couple little laundry lines going on. I sort of originally imagined that she might be running like a little laundry service. I didn't really give her all of the washing machines to be able to do that, but that's okay. And then coming up from this little trio of houses, we enter, well, here's a little scooter parking area. I've got a few of those dotted around so that people can get around the island. But then we also have our museum. Oh, and it also appears CJ's here. Okay. Hi, CJ. I haven't really done much of the collecting for the museum. I really only donated enough stuff to get the museum building. But that's cool. That's okay. None of you can come anyway because I don't have online. So it's not like if you came to visit, you'd be disappointed by an empty museum or anything. So, but I just put a couple of little bistro tables outside. I was imagining this as sort of an extension of the Roost Cafe so that you could either enjoy your coffee inside or outside on the little pavilion. Is it technically a pavilion? I'm not clear on all the differences between like a pavilion or a plaza, veranda, patio. I don't know. It's a word. There's a noun for it. I don't know what it is. But anyway, you could enjoy your coffee out here. So next to the museum, we've got this little outdoor market. Just a little place to come and shop, buy some trinkets, buy some snacks. Pretty standard. Next to our market, we have a little playground. I've said this before. I love all the little playground items in Animal Crossing. I think they're so cute. And a playground like parks felt like a good little way to fill up some small spaces that still made sense with the theme of the island. So here we go, little playground. So obviously we have a lot of road off to the left, but we're actually going to detour over to the right I was going to say real quick, although we are in a little scooter parking area, so real quick also works. So quick detour, like I said, over to this area, which I have turned into a very large pumpkin patch. Now, originally I was on the fence about including a pumpkin patch on the island just because it felt a little bit too farm life and not so urbanized, if that makes sense. I know that like there are sort of built up towns that could have farm very near to them. And obviously I've still like put one, partly because I wasn't really sure what to do with this space across the river, but also because a pumpkin patch is really cute. And since this is an autumnal island, it really made sense to have one. Even though I haven't really done any Halloween decoration, I still wanted to include the pumpkin patch. And even if it maybe doesn't quite fit the island, I think it's okay. Just back behind here, I mean, I'll just show you really quickly. It's just some natural areas. You can't quite see. Oh, you can see a little bit up there. That whole bit with the waterfall isn't really designed for people on the island to actually go to. So it's just some natural bits, flowers and shrubs and the like. So nothing too exciting. Oh, there's a little butterfly. Hello. You match the colors of the island. We love to see it. We love to see it. So back in the sort of main chunk of town, we have a little outdoor movie screening area. I mean, movie screening, I think right now it's showing the weather. Imagine if you went to an outdoor cinema and then they just showed like the news or the weather or something like that. But yeah, just a little outdoor cozy movie screening. We can watch, I mean, I suppose we could watch some Halloween films if it was Halloween time, or watch something, I can't think of an autumnal film right now, but just imagine that was playing instead. And then next door, in case you don't want popcorn, you want something a little more substantial, we have a little tiny outdoor pizza restaurant. Also, there are quite a few sort of outdoor spaces in this. We're just gonna imagine that it doesn't rain, or maybe that there are buildings here or protection for if it rained. Thankfully, it's not raining right now, but obviously this would not do well in the rain, but anyway. And next door to that, we have this tiny little post office section / parcel lockers. I don't know, a little section for sending and receiving mail. All right, we're not gonna head up to the top section of the island yet. We're gonna come over here. We have yet another little park, big old fountain as the centerpiece. And then just opposite that, we have another park. I sort of ran out of ideas for how to fill some of these small, awkward spaces. Like you can see, both of these spaces aren't super large because I had planned the layout of the roads before I had planned some of the builds and such. So then I was left with these kind of gaps to fill. And I couldn't really think of anything to go in them other than like a park or something. So, but that's okay because you know what? I think you can never have too many green spaces in like a town and stuff. So yeah, another little park. So we'll come down and over. You can see we've got some more houses down there, but we'll come back to those in a second. We're gonna take a quick trip up here. This is actually the first build that I did on the island. So for a while, my island was completely empty apart from this garbage dump that I did. So that was fun. That was a good time. So yeah, just a little garbage dump area. I had one of these on my main island and I talked about how I felt like it was a really cute thing, even though it's trash. So yeah, garbage dump, and then obviously a little lighthouse here on the sticky outy bit of land that I've completely forgotten the name of, but that anyway, we've got a lighthouse. It's fine. Look, it's been a really busy month for me. I'm surprised my brain is functioning enough to even record this. So we have a lighthouse on a sticky out piece of land. Oops, there's my DIY recipe bottle. We'll just take that real quick. Pretend you didn't see that. And then, like I said, the beaches aren't decorated, but we're gonna come round the outside of these houses and then pop up. So here we have Blair's house, our other squirrel. Blair is also a snooty squirrel with the fashion hobby, just like Pecan, but that's okay. They're both cute, and so we can, maybe they're like besties and they just have really similar interests and they hang out and do fashion stuff. Like I said, Blair has the fashion hobby, but she actually mentioned to me, and I'm sure it was just a generic line of dialogue, but I thought it was really cute. She mentioned at one point that she had been like doing some painting, and I was like, that's cute. I'm gonna put a little painting thing in her garden. Like I said, I'm sure it's just a standard line of dialogue for all of the snooty villagers or something, but that's cool. And then she's got a little tea set. Maybe her and Pecan can get together and talk fashion and sip their little tea. Very cute. Next door, we have Bones, who is having a yard sale, which is something I saw. I think originally I saw it in like a list the last video. She put one on her autumnal island, and I thought it was really, really cute. And I was like, you know what? A yard sale is a cute idea. Bones is one of my favorite villagers. He's a real cutie. So I think it's a great fit. And I feel like because he's a lazy villager, he probably would end up hoarding a bit of stuff, and then maybe some kind encouragement from one of his friends gave him the strength he needed to get rid of it all, which is something I need in my life. I need someone to come in and encourage me to get rid of all of my extra stuff as well. But anyway, here's Bones' yard sale. The yard sale of Bones. And here's what the inside of his house looks like as well. And next door, we have some fresh pie, courtesy of Molly, who is also awake. I think it's the normal villagers. I think they're just all, or for the most part, just really early risers. Like I said, good for them. So here's what Molly's house looks like inside. And then, of course, outside, we have the little pie stand and just a little a mini orchard, I suppose, so that she can have fresh fruits for all her pies. So continuing from this sort of mini neighborhood up to the remainder of the villager houses, first up we've got Deirdre. So Deirdre's our only peppy villager. The peppy villagers, they're just fun and full of zest, So I gave her like a little bar in her yard, as it were, and a little pool, even though it's maybe cold. Maybe it's not, maybe it's heated. And here's what the inside of her house looks like as well. Next door, well, I suppose it's behind. I suppose it's sort of next door. Next door, we've got Bo. So like Bones, Bo is a lazy villager. Bo is on my main island, so I have decorated his house before and given him a little yard. Like last time, I did just give him a little vegetable garden. He has the nature hobby, and the lazy villagers like to eat food, so a vegetable garden just feels like the perfect fit. Plus, it's a cute way for me to incorporate some of the vegetables without making the island feel too farmy. So yeah, Bo's vegetable garden, very cute. And inside his house, I did try not to directly copy what I did for him on my previous island, but here's what the interior looks like. Next, we have Olive, who is yet another normal villager. She's got just a pretty standard yard layout. Honestly, this is the yard that I left till the end because I didn't have any particular ideas, so it's pretty straightforward, but that's okay. I feel like that sort of fits. And here's what the inside of her house looks like as well. And last but by no means least, we have Bee. I've given Bee a little bee farm and a little honey stand, which I'm sure countless other people have done before me, but it's a cute little idea. And Bee's interior was originally a cafe. I've said before that I don't like house interiors that look like exteriors, and I also don't like house interiors that look like businesses because it's supposed to be their house, so it kind of detracts from their living space. So I did have to revamp this one a bit, but I think it turned out pretty cute. Just back here, we had some little spaces to fill, so I've got a little playground and just a little outdoor chess area. I guess that's play as well, so just a little play area. Over here we have, you guessed it, another park. Oh, I can't actually get down there. Oops, I'll go this way. Yet another park. We love to see it. We love to see it. And then I guess this is sort of a park. I guess this is a park as well. What's that, like 6 parks now? I don't know. Anyway, this one's just got a little picnic area by the lake. All right, we're crossing over. Oh, well, I guess that has a bench in it. I guess that's also a park. Oh my God. Oh, the number of times I've said, here's a park. That could have just been the whole island, just one big park. Anyway, I was referring to this as the forest. This is where our campsite is, just some some of the cute little camping items. I didn't feel that they fit with the theme of the rest of the island, so I used them here. So yeah, this is our forest campsite natural area. So doubling back on ourselves a little bit, I'm just going to go up to the last section of the island, which is my house, in case you hadn't guessed. That's the only bit we haven't seen yet. So here's my little outdoor area. Obviously, I've got my bins so that I can deal with my trash. I've got my little bike, my mail. I have a lot of unopened mail. That's fine. And then just some little cute seating areas for enjoying the outdoors, and of course a storage shed so that I can access my storage easily. What I couldn't do easily was say that sentence. And I'll just pop inside as well so that I can show you, because I've decorated the inside of the house too. Hopefully no villagers try and come over in the time that I'm filming this. No, they wouldn't at like 6:30, right? It's too early. It's too early. Well, hopefully they don't. Anyway, here is my sort of main room for the house. You can see we've got a combination living kitchen area. Living kitchen dining, I suppose. So little kitchen with a little tiled backsplash. I did know what those tiles were called. Encaustic? Something like that. Anyway, little lounge area here with the TV, some little storage as you come in, and a little reading nook as well. As you can see, and you could tell from the outside as well, I did not fully upgrade my house, so I'm only working with 2 of the extra rooms. I just felt like a slightly smaller house. One was more manageable in terms of decorating because I don't have as many rooms to decorate. Versus when I fully upgraded my house on my main island, for example, and there was a lot to do. This was a lot more manageable and also just a little bit more quaint when it's a smaller house, you know, it just felt like a better fit. So here we have our cozy little bathroom stroke laundry area. I thought it was pretty cute. It's quite dark in here. I believe that I was having difficulty matching up all the wood tones. So I was like, let me just dim the lighting so that you can't see it as clearly. But that's okay. That just makes it feel cozy. So I think it's cute. And then at the back of the house, we of course have the bedroom. Again, pretty straightforward. Just, you know, standard dressing area, a little desk for me to do my work at, and a little bed. I love the sloppy furniture. I've used a few of them around. They're very, very cute. Very me. I'm quite untidy. Oh, I have Bones' photo. Now, I didn't actually get Bones' photo authentically in this. I did pick it up from a treasure island. But when I was doing my villager hunting, I spent, I want to say it was 5 streams worth of villager hunting, which is a few hours per stream. So you can do the math. I spent a lot of time looking for Bones unsuccessfully. I did not find Bones in the villager hunt. I used an amiibo to eventually get, obviously he's on the island now, but I thought that I would pay homage to that dedication and hard work that I had put in by putting Bones' photo in my room. So yeah, here is my bedroom, and that concludes the tour. Okay, well, I wanted to sit on the armchair to wrap up the video, but I've put this footstool in the way, so this will have to do. I really enjoyed making this cozy fall town island. I really like how it turned out, and I hope you all enjoyed touring it with me. I've already got a cute idea for my next island, and thankfully it won't be a seasonal one as such, so I at least won't have a deadline to stick to. If you want to eventually see more Animal Crossing content from me, or any other future videos for that matter, remember to subscribe to my channel, and also just a reminder that you can find me over on Twitch as well for some gaming content and a variety of other stuff too. As I've said, I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and maybe also a comment letting me know your favorite bits of the island. As always, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you all are doing so well and taking care of yourselves, and I'll see you in another video. Bye everyone!